Our next bout, ladies and gentlemen, is a mixed martial arts bout. Out of the blue corner, he comes to us by way of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Standing 6 foot tall, he weighed in at 176.2 pounds. It is Marcus Andrusia.
A little boo from the crowd.
His opponent, standing across the cage, fighting by way of Staunton, Illinois. He stands 5'9", 181 pounds. He sports a 2-2 record in the world of mixed martial arts. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the red corner, Bellator veteran Jeff Crotty. Your referee in charge of the action is Dwayne Bess.
Both of these fighters locked in, ready to get after it. No touch of gloves.
Now, as we said, Andrusia has over 29 fights in his professional career. Crotty looking for the takedown.
That's a lot of experience.
It really is.
And you see Marcus holding those hands real low. He has to be careful. Good push kick there.
Big kick to the body there out of Crotty.
Yeah, outside leg kick by Crotty.
Answered back by Marcus. Nice push kick to get some space. Crotty looking for that takedown now, trying to wrap up that single, gonna pull that leg.
Yeah, Jeff wants to get this to the ground. Just want to try to scoop him off the cage here. Good job by Marcus to use that cage to his advantage.
Again, Marcus Andrusia has fought some of the toughest, including Zach Busha, the former Shamrock FC champ and Bellator veteran, and former UFC fighter Corey Hill, who passed away a couple of years ago.
Jeff able to get the takedown here, scoop Marcus off the cage.
Jeff Crotty in the red tape, Marcus Andrusia in the blue.
Short shots there. See if Jeff passes the guard here. See if he pushes on that right knee of Marcus and steps over.
So we always, though, we have a lot of wrestlers who really enjoy the half guard position.
You know, in MMA, the half guard is a very dominant position. You know, you're not sitting in full guard, so your opponent doesn't have quite the same opportunities from their back, and you are in a much better position to just land big shots.
Crotty landing shots to the body here. Marcus trying to work to get that full guard now closed up.
Yeah, Marcus needs to try to kind of push Jeff off of him and use that cage and get up.
And it's always tough. So when your head is up against that cage, he's looking for a potential armbar. Now Crotty just starts dropping bombs.
Big shots there by Jeff. Jeff's doing a good job posting Marcus up against the cage and using the cage to his advantage here. Being very patient here, landing some good shots. As you see, Jeff moved into half guard here.
Yeah, he's really kind of making it dirty. Starts to drop those slicing
short elbows. Yep. You
now starting to drop some bombs. Nice shot from the bottom there out of Marcus. This is not the position that Andrusia wanted to be in.
Yeah, you see Jeff kind of, you know,
we got somebody bleeding
up
here.
A little bit, getting his hips high so he can try to break that guard and get past.
Under halfway through the first round here of this 3-round fight.
It's like there's a cut under the eye of Marcus, under his left eye there. You know, Jeff's just doing a very good job just staying patient, landing some shots. Like to try to pass the guard here.
Again, this is, I know that even some of the fans are like, well, stand him up. No, this is a very dominant position for Jeff Crotty.
Yeah, this is a very dominant position for Jeff, but he's using it. He's not just laying in the guard, not landing some shots. You see some body shots here. Again, you know, he's not landing very heavy shots. You know, this isn't the most brutal ground and pound we've ever seen, but these are effective shots. You know, I'd like to see Marcus try to create some distance, maybe put his foot on the hips.
He almost needs to open that guard up. He needs to open the guard and do something with it.
Yeah, you can't sit with your legs crossed in the closed guard and expect to create any sort of offense. If you want to get a sweep, if you want to stand up, if you want to get submission, you have to open up your guard and kind of go for something.
down to 1 minute remaining here in round one.
Jeff steps over into half guard here.
1 minute remaining here in the first round. Give it up for him.
Let's see if, well, I'd like to see Marcus kind of push that head away and stand up. Kind of going for a guillotine. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the leverage there.
Especially whenever both of the legs are tied up.
Yeah, he kind of had butterfly
Big elbow there out of Crotty.
Who's got to watch for those up shots? Those up kicks.
Dropping the bombs.
Nice hammer
Referee
fist.
Dwayne Best right on top of the action. 30 seconds remaining here in the first round.
Almost like a bulldog choke there again. Let's see if he finishes this. He has no hooks in. I don't think he's going to be able to get the leverage to finish this, but it was worth the shot. I'd like to see Jeff put in his hooks and then try to work for a submission. A couple shots to kind of open him up.
Try to soften him up a bit.
Some body shots there. Big knees.
Marcus gets up. Big left hand.
Oh, Marcus gets the back there. See if he gets the takedown.
Nice move by Andrusia.
Yep, Jeff tried to hit the switch there. Was able to kind of equalize that wrestling. Great round by Jeff. I think with the takedown and the control, that was a very decisive 10-9 round for Jeff. Not a lot of damage done, but some good damage. Obviously, a cut under the left eye of Marcus. That was an effective round for Jeff.
Yeah, a lot of damage was done there, especially keeping that half guard position here. As we look here at our instant replay again, looks to throw up that potential arm bar.
Yeah, went for a triangle, switched to the arm bar. Jeff, slipped right out of it in the side control. Couple big shots. If I'm looking between the two, Jeff definitely looks to seem to be the fresher of the two right now. Let's see how Marcus responds. If I'm in his corner, I'm like, hey, man, we didn't win that round. We got to fight smart. We got to start opening up. We can't just lay on our back and take big shots.
Well, but this is where we get into the talk about ring rust, like we were talking earlier. Crotty hasn't been in the cage in a while. He looks pretty fresh coming off the stool. Marcus looks pretty good himself, kind of dancing to the music there.
Yeah, now I like whoever goes for the shot, I like to see them set up. When you get a little bit tired, people are liable just to go for stuff without setting up, and that can be a dangerous spot to be in.
And this is what happens. You get taken down again.
Yep, Jeff, nice pressure there by Jeff, gets the takedown. Got some butterfly guard there by Marcus. What Marcus needs to do is put his feet on the hips of Jeff, create some distance, push him away, and get to his feet.
You got to make that space in order to get your body back on the cage and start to wall walk your way up.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Jeff, obviously in the dominant position here, landing some big shots. Marcus looks comfortable there. Obviously, this isn't the best spot, but not a lot of urgency, it doesn't seem, to get up.
Well, and I hate to say it, but it's worse whenever your head's up against the cage.
Yeah.
And you start to get to the back of your head graded on that, just like it is now.
Yeah, I mean, the cage can be a big help standing up, but oftentimes, man, you can get stuffed against that cage, and it's your worst enemy when you're on bottom. Short elbow there by Jeff.
Yeah, Marcus is going to have to work to try to get on a hip. Crotty doing a great job here, though, from that open guard position. Just starting to drop some of those bombs. Now he's going to lose to work that elbow again right in front of us here.
Yeah, a couple of heel strikes there by Marcus trying to land some shots. Nice hammer fist there by Jeff. Big shots. I'd like to see him pass guard as he does that, kind of advance his position. Get a couple heel shots there by Marcus into the thighs.
Big elbow there out of Crotty. Again, this is just a great display of top control.
Yeah, just smothering pressure, picking his shots. Again, not the most exciting style of fights, but it's very effective.
But it's very, very effective.
Yeah, he's winning. He's controlling. I mean, he's landing shots. You see him kind of blocking the airway there a little bit.
Yeah, he's not giving Marcus any room to work.
Old school heel strikes there by Marcus. Just trying to create some sort of offense, do something. Again, Marcus needs to try to get the heels, get his feet on his hips.
And then get to a hip. You can't stay flat on your back.
You can't stay flat on your back. When you're in full guard, though, he's in a position to where he can try to get his feet on the hips, push away, create some distance. He's obviously in half guard here.
Crotty
big
dropping
shots
bombs.
Here.
Crotty looking to finish. Can Marcus survive?
It's going to be tough to get the finish when your posture's broken down, even if you are landing the shots. Because to a judge or to a ref, it's still saying, all right, the bottom guy is still defending some.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about intelligently defending yourself.
Right, and if you can control the posture, you are doing that, even if you are taking shots.
Dwayne Best right on top of the action here. Crotty pushing him into the cage.
Just smothering pressure, good short shots there. Now, you can't eat too many here.
Now, we see Marcus trying to work that knee, trying to get some space.
Yeah, kind of go for an Americana there. Obviously, that's not the position to get that, but it kind of opened up a little bit for him, attack something there. Again, just good smothering pressure by Jeff here. I'd like to see him posture up, land a few more big shots, maybe some short elbows here.
Nice head position here out of Crotty.
Yeah, the head position is what's allowing him to hold this here. As you can see, his forehead is right under the chin of Marcus, and he's just pushing his head into the cage.
Which makes it hard for Marcus to get on a hip to be able to try to sweep him over.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you're just constantly defending, it can be overwhelming. It can be kind of hard to think about, hey, I need to create some distance. I need to get an angle. I need to create some sort of offense. I mean, when you're eating shots, punches are the great equalizer. Even
Absolutely.
a black belt will drop a few levels when they're getting punched in the mouth.
Marcus here trying to make some space.
Yeah, good shots here. Marcus needs to dig for an underhook with his left arm, get to a hip, start wrestling up here. Again, just good shots here by Jeff, just relentless pressure.
A little more space there made by Marcus.
Jeff is very comfortable here.
Under 30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Referee Dwayne Best did not see enough action out of Crotty with 15 seconds left.
That was a big round, ladies and gentlemen. Let them hear ya.
All right, Adam, let's talk about the stand-up. I'm a little wondering, so was there not enough action that we would have seen? Referee Dwayne Best did not apparently see enough action in that, decided they needed to be stood up.
Man, the thing is, it's still very subjective, whether it's judging or reffing, unfortunately. I think, as you can see here in the replay, I think Jeff was doing a very good job of kind of picking his shots, landing some good shots. After he would land a couple good shots, he kind of put his head back down and then kind of hold this position again, as you can see at the end of the replay there. I think with it kind of getting near the end of the round, I think Dwayne Best just kind of felt comfortable standing them up. It wasn't
affecting the fight.
It wasn't like a clear, overwhelming situation to where Jeff is really beating him up. So it's a little subjective there. As a ground fighter, I would have let that keep going. I didn't see enough to kind of warrant a stand-up. However, it is a little subjective there, unfortunately.
Next round, here we go.
A fight can take place at every level, and they are fighting there. It's not the most
100%.
exciting, but they are fighting there. I don't know if I would have allowed that stand-up, but they did. Quick eye poke there, unfortunately. It happens. It happens. He has some time. This is where I would like to see, I don't know why we can't throw a towel in there and let him wipe his eye off. He has sweat
running into it.
Let's just let him wipe it off real fast and get back to the action. I mean, this is actually making it longer.
Yes.
It really is. If you just give him a towel and let him wipe off his face real fast, we could get back to the action a lot faster. I don't know why we don't do that with eye pokes. It actually really annoys me.
Jeremy Johnson, along with Adam Meredith and his diatribe on eye pokes, which I totally agree with.
I've always had some beef with the eye pokes.
I get it. Let's take a look here, though. Let's take a look at this eye poke. Now, we see here.
Jeff just coming
forward. Kind of slapped, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a straight open hand.
Yeah, Marcus threw out the jab, and just hand was open, unfortunately.
And unfortunately it happens. It was an accidental eye poke.
Yeah, it happens.
Doctor checked it out.
It totally happens.
Don't forget, we have more action to come tonight as our main event. Josh Augustine taking on Josh Henry. Back into the action. Here we go.
And they're back at it. Inside leg kick there.
Big right hand there out of Marcus.
Yeah, I think Marcus understands that he's down probably 2 rounds to nothing.
Yes.
He needs to make something happen.
Beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot. That was from pretty
From
far
a big
away.
distance,
It has
yeah.
a big distance, but it worked out. Obviously, later in the rounds, you can get away with that sometimes when both fighters are tired. Getting those heel strikes by Marcus, he's trying to hope that those add up. I don't think those are really doing a lot for him, but he is doing something with them.
Well, at least he's making an effort from the bottom, but like we said, he's got to get on a hip. He's got to sweep. He's got to get up.
Yeah. He's landed some shots again. The heel strike, he threw a nice little hook there.
Big
Another
elbow there.
He's being very active off his back right now. Again, like to see him just push away, create some distance. Again, great pressure, though, by Jeff. He's just pushing forward.
But Crotty with just that smothering wrestling style.
Good job there by Crotty. Just pass over into half guard here. A little bit of a knee shield by Marcus. Looks like Jeff is attacking the neck some here. See if he's able to do anything with it. They're doing some hand fighting, short elbows. I mean, at this stage of the game, I'm not sure why Jeff isn't really trying to pass the guard more to a more advantageous position.
He's just happy right now to sit in that half guard position and just kind of beat on him.
Yeah, you could easily move into side control on the mount here, though. I mean, both guys really tired. As you can see, Marcus's guard is open.
Yeah, but again, Crotty doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
He's doing damage. I mean, he is just absolutely smothering Marcus from this position.
It's effective. He's being very, very effective. He's fighting a smart fight. Again, when you take a lot of time off, you want to get in there. You want to fight a smart fight. I mean, this is very veteran. You know where you're at in the
100%.
fight. You're not taking any unnecessary risk. You are winning. It's not the most fun to watch, but at the end of the day, the name of the game is winning. Good short shots there. Now, if he continues, the big thing is you can land these shots, but when your head is down and you're doing it, it doesn't look like you're doing a lot. And because of that, it could lead the ref to stand you up. You got to posture to land those shots. When you posture and land those shots, one, you're allowing yourself to generate more force just because you are throwing your shots from a greater distance.
Right.
But then it also looks more menacing, so the judges and the ref can see you're actually doing something.
Yeah, whenever he does that posture up and then he comes down with those big smashes, it's impressive looking.
Yes.
It's what the judges want to see. There is very little as far as offense coming from the bottom now out of Andrusia.
Yeah, I mean, this is very one-sided right now. I mean, Marcus is doing a good job trying to mitigate the shots. Move where he can. Obviously, he's landing some shots with his heels. However, just the pressure of Jeff is just a little too much, it looks like.
Crotty now trying to pass that guard. Drops a big bomb.
Let's see if he puts the hooks in. Oh, he's just going to
Crotty
keep
now
throwing the
looking
shots.
to finish.
Marcus needs to move. Rolls back to guard. Jeff steps over into side control. This is a good spot. On the side here, big shots. Now Marcus is blocking those shots.
Yeah, he is defending. He is absolutely defending, but he needs to do something with it.
Rolls to his back here. Jeff just follows right into side control.
Knees to the body here from Crotty. Apparently that one didn't land. Marcus just let me know that. I agree with I appreciate that, though.
I would probably
30
be more
seconds
worried
remaining.
about the guy who's hitting you than us.
Down to just under 30 seconds remaining.
Body shots there by Crotty.
A very grinding fight here at Shamrock Fighting Championships 343. Jeremy Johnson along with Adam Meredith. We are live at River City Casino.
Very much a grinding pace of a fight. I mean, Marcus never gave up. He kept moving. You know, he did what he could, but just the pressure of Jeff was just a little too much over the long haul. You know, as the fight continued on and just that pressure, again, not big damaging shots,
there
but just
wasn't a whole lot of anything really to it that was overly damaging. There was the elbow that cut the eye.
yeah, but those things add up.
Yes, absolutely it does. And that's in the eyes of the judges so big.
Absolutely.
Because it was just an absolute domination from the top position.
Right, yeah, I mean, just that control from the top, I mean, that really says it all. I'd be very surprised if this isn't a 30-27.
Absolutely. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Great fight by
All right,
both
ladies
of
and
these guys.
gentlemen,
They
don't
left it all
forget
on
to
the
join
cage.
us
Let's
at
take
the
a journey
Juicy's
to the cage
Velvet
right now
Lounge for the
official fight
after
announcement.
party. For your results, judge number 1 scores the bout 30-26. Judge number 2 scores the bout 30-27. And judge number 3 scores the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Jeff Crotty.
Unanimous decision by Jeff Crotty. One of the judges gave him a 10-8 round. I don't know if I saw enough for a 10-8 round. However, it was a very controlled, dominating fight by Jeff Crotty. So, you know, hats off to both of these fighters. They both left it into the all in the cage, but good job by Jeff walking away with the win.